When you're looking at this, we always talk about the triangle method. Funding stacks secrets. No one teaches this. You build equity, generate passive income, and keep more of what you earn. You bring the dream, I bring the structure. That's how we fund it. If you've got any needs for SBA financing, you can go to bookwithbeau.com and we would be happy to figure out how to finance the deal. All right, so the SBA Wealth Hack Playbook: own a business, own the building, stack the wins using SBA 7A, 504, and USDA B&I loans to create your freedom formula. All right, for now, there's 10,000 baby boomers retire every single day. Actually, I think that number is actually slightly higher now. Many own profitable businesses. Lenders are still funding these types of deals, even if you know how to speak, even if you don't know how to speak their language. The smart entrepreneurs are acquiring both cash flow and commercial real estate. So we're going to first dive into the SBA 7A. I call it the Swiss Army knife of business financing. Buy a business or a franchise, roll in working capital, add equipment and leasehold improvements, partner buyouts, refinances, 10 to 20% down, terms up to 25 years, one lender, one closing, one big win. So generally we work with PLPs, which are preferred lenders for the SBA program, meaning on a 7A, they don't send the file to SBA. They underwrite in-house. The bank's appetites are different. You can take it to one bank and they don't do that type of business, or there's too much airball, there's not enough collateral. The other bank down the street will do it. So what I do is help navigate the waters in this realm because I know how to place these deals and which banks do what. And also there's banks and there's credit unions and community banks and non-bank SBA lenders. So there's actually licensed non-bank SBA lenders. Each of those banks, some of them have way more aggressive tendencies for different types of business acquisitions or deals with real estate. And so over the years, that's what our team has gotten really good at doing, is figuring out what bank, what institution will get the deal done with the best terms. So franchise and acquisition deals. What most people get wrong, not all SBA lenders will fund startups or franchise brands, like I was talking about earlier. It's not about what you buy, it's how you structure the deal. So we can help you with SBA 7A, structuring with seller financing, building in using your retirement account. We call it a Rob's rollover if you need that for an equity injection. And if you have money sitting around in an old 401k and it's eligible. We can help you put together a strong business plan and financial models. We don't typically do it for you, but we assist you through the process and make sure they're going to be realistic to get your deal approved. We do have third-party sources that build your business plan and your projections for you, and they've worked on lots and lots of SBA finance deals. If you're doing a big project or if you're doing a construction project and you need a feasibility, we have all these sources to help you do all this and get the loans approved. And ultimately, that's how we get the yeses while others get ghosted. Let's talk about the 504. Build wealth while you work. Want to own the building your business operates from? The SBA 504 is your cheat code. Fixed 25-year terms below market rate. 10% down with room to wrap in renovations. Pair with a SBA 7A and you've got the ultimate power combo. Business hacking 101, aka house hacking for hustlers. Here's the move. Buy a business that needs a home, then buy the building that becomes its HQ or headquarters. Rent out unused space. Your tenants pay the SBA loan. So I want to unpack that a little bit before I move on to the next slide. If you have a business that cash flows, you can get up to 100% financing on an expansion, meaning let's just say you own David's franchise and you've owned it for a couple of years and you want to buy a building. Well, you can now get up to 100% financing on an expansion to buy a building, as long as your business occupies 51% of the space. So if your cash flow justifies that acquisition, and you're occupying at least 51% of the space, it is potentially eligible for an SBA expansion financing, whether it's a 7A or a 504. Advantages for both that we can get into later on. But then you're only occupying, say, 60%. That other 40% although it's not, we don't count that in the business cash flow. That counts as your global cash flow. And maybe that 40% that's leased out covers most of your debt payment, right? So we look at that in the realm of house hacking, where you buy a duplex with an FHA loan and you live in one, you rent the other one out, and you get 97.5% financing. Same kind of structure. I just call it business hacking. So business hacking 101, aka house hacking for hustlers. You build equity, generate passive income, and keep more of what you earn. This is how the wealthy get wealthier. I call this the 3X wealth stack here. Joe buys $1 million auto repair business. He actually gets 90% financing. He only puts down 10%. He buys the $800,000 building with an SBA 504. Well, actually, that would be 85% financing. There's a reason for it, but we could use a 7A. And then he rents 2 units out to local businesses for $4K a month. And he occupies obviously more than 51% of the space. Total in cash invested, $230,000. Annual cash flow, $190,000. Plus depreciation, tax strategy, wealth acceleration. So when you're looking at this, we always talk about the triangle method, which is operating business, tax strategy, and buy real estate, right? Like if you follow the triangle method, that's the way to get you wealthy, because most people build wealth by owning businesses in real estate, right? Let's face it, that's a fact, right? Unless you have some kind of, now software or AI developers could be in that realm too. So there's also a program called the USDA B&I, and this is for rural areas with populations less than 50,000. Think about you're driving long distance and you stop at that gas station with a really nice restaurant build out and all that. That was probably funded by USDA. So less than 50,000 population, all different types of business. They can even be investment purposes, unlike SBA where it has to be an owner-operator business. USDA B&I funds up to $25 million with pretty good terms. What qualifies as rural? Anything under 50,000 population. Think storage facilities, think assisted living facilities, think industrial services, manufacturing businesses, real estate included, working capital and acquisition can all be funded with the USDA. It is a collateral-based loan, so there's got to be some real estate. Funding stack secrets. No one teaches this. SBA plus seller carry equals less cash out of pocket. Actually, I think other people might teach that. But, right, you can get extremely creative. You can get 90% bank financing. You can get 5% seller carryback. So you come in with 5%. Well, that 5% might be able to come from an investor partner. So you can close these $1 million deals with not that much out of pocket, right? So let's just walk through this deal. I think we do it in a prior slide here. So the 504 plus 7A, you can actually do an SBA 504 for the real estate and then do a companion 7A. So you get the real estate plus operational, working capital, employee salary for the first few months. So we can pair both of those together as well. And obviously USDA B&I leverage bigger rural deals. How do you get the down payment? Investor partners, you got the rollover program, you got HELOCs, you got an investor partners, I think I said that. You got all sorts of ways of funding this. You can even get gift funds for your equity injection. So what are lenders really looking for? Clean credit, 680 or better. Down payment, skin in the game. Solid projections. Yes, we'll help you build them. Experience or franchise or training. If you don't have relevant experience, that's why some people invest in a franchise. They're sometimes easier to finance. Bonus if you got existing cash flow, that's jet fuel on all of this. So why you need a deal structuring pro in your corner? I speak lender. I've closed 1,500 plus deals in the real estate space. I've been in lending for 27 years. So we've done, prior to doing a lot of SBA, we're doing a lot of fix and flip construction loans. And the last 8 years we spent doing 504 USDA franchise financing, etc. I know it gets flagged in underwriting before it even gets submitted, even though the guidelines keep on changing. Like this past week, the SOP for the SBA So you always got to stay on top of it. I don't get paid unless your deal closes. You bring the dream, I bring the structure. That's how we fund it. If you got any needs for SBA financing, you can go to bookwithbeau.com and we would be happy to meet with you and figure out how to finance the deal.
Are you ready? It's time to get the tools, prompts, and guidance you need to scale your business. With my team of VAs, my calendar stays full with qualified appointments. Now I want to help you do the same. Hi, I'm Beau Eckstein, and I've put together an exclusive ebook that will help you supercharge your productivity, scale your operation, and close more deals using virtual assistants and AI. Here are the key points you'll discover: productivity boost, scalable systems, and how to close more deals. In this free ebook, you'll discover proven strategies I've used in my own business. Strategies that have helped me go from doing it all myself to building a high-performing team that runs like a machine. Get your free copy now and unlock the secrets to growing your business faster than ever before. Please visit bizscalingplaybook.com.
Hey guys, Beau Eckstein here. If you enjoyed what you saw, please subscribe to this channel. We talk all things financing. I've been in the lending industry for over 20 years, and I'm happy to answer your questions and provide great content.